All right, come up here, Josh, yeah, so where you can see what's going on. Right, you just made that thing. What's it for, George?
For a horse that lands heavy laterally in front.
Okay, and why might it do that?
Confirmation.
Okay, leading to what kind of foot morphology? Because you're making a shoe for the foot, yeah?
You want the horse to land level.
To land level. There's a clue. What do you think?
Of
What this shoe is for?
just to gain balanced footfall in all areas of the hoof capsule.
Balanced footfall.
So it loads evenly throughout all the other structures.
Okay, so what do we need to achieve then?
Level footfall.
Level footfall, okay. So, having said that, where you're looking to have as near level footfall and central loading as possible, which way round should that shoe go on? Oh no, forget that for a second. What do we expect the foot to look like? The bottom of this foot, what do we expect it to look like, George?
Could it possibly have like an atrophied outside heel?
Foot.
I'd say the medial heel.
Sorry?
I'd say the medial heel will be contracted in.
And contracted and
It's distorted to the inside.
distorted to the inside. What do you mean?
The hoof capsule was distorted. It lands heavy on the outside, enabling it to. The hoof capsule will be distorted.
Yeah, you need to be a bit more descriptive about what they call it in the textbooks. Rich?
Shuntage, or
Shunted,
shared heel.
sheared heel, wry-footed. So when you look down the longitudinal axis of the limb, the lower, the inside is lower.
Yes.
Not necessarily that the outside is higher, but the inside is compressed. Yeah, so as you look down it, it's lower. So what is this shoe trying to achieve when you attach it to the foot?
Level plane.
Yeah, so which way round does this shoe go? Does it go that way? So here's one that I made earlier. Does it go that way with this rise on the ground surface? Or does it go with the raise on the foot surface?
Actually, is it depending on the hoof capsule?
Well, we've just described the circumstances of the hoof capsule. So here's one that we prepared earlier.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm looking down this, okay, at the longitudinal axis. Have a look.
Yeah.
And you can see it's been trimmed by Harrison.
Yep.
The other way for that.
If
Go on.
So sometimes you get conformational fault where the foot will land unlevel,
Yeah.
but yet it is level to the eye down the long axis,
Yeah.
right? Or you may get distortion of the hoof capsule.
But in that case, yeah, just asking you the question here, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but in that case that you've just described, what other morphology might you see? So it's level to the longitudinal axis, but what else is there?
You'll see it might be a turned in foot or a turned out foot.
More likely to be turned out, isn't it?
Yeah.
With the inside really kind of contracted and overloaded, shoved up, but it's actually level.
Level.
Yeah, and that's because it's got a rotational deviation. So in that instance, you may well put it on the other way up.
Round, yeah.
Yeah, as a diagonal lift, yeah? As opposed to spiraling medial, it might be a diagonal medial because of the rotational aspect of it. But with most feet like that, where they're overloaded inside, they collapse on the inside, shunted up, slightly contracted. So the object of this exercise would be to give it,
a flat foot,
as best we can, a
flat foot.
Yeah, a level bearing surface with the limb. Yeah, so, and the reason that we're discussing this is that if this shoe pops up in the exam,
That's why.
what do you need to do?
Ask him what reason you put it on.
Which fucking way up? which way up do you want it? And if they want it the other way up, like that way, you want to know how much.
Yep.
Yeah? If it's that way,
You're
the amount is governed
by the foot.
because you just fill in the gap. If you look down this foot properly now, you'll see that it's actually pretty level from here to here, and that this is a gap. If I just put that on upside down, look. See it? Yeah? Now, some people will say to you, oh, well, that's the wrong thing to do. You should be floating this. Well, that's okay, but if you float that and there's nothing taking the weight off this, what's going to happen?
It would fall in.
Yeah. So when you're floating stuff, you've got to get another part of the foot to take the load off this.
Yep.
And that's where your heart bar or your half heart bar or whatever comes in.